We're live. This is episode 2 of Forming a Better Life, here with Travis hosting. Topics, healthy habits. In this previous episode 1, we spoke on addiction, being called, a lot of big stuff. Owning yourself. All the viewers that watched that one and the feedback we got from that was really powerful.
It was.
Me and Travis, all the messages we got that came in, shared them with each other, and we could really see that it reached the right people. The intention
It did
was
what
there.
we wanted it to.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And that's great. So we can't thank you enough for the feedback of, sharing your own story, personal stories of your own with us.
Right.
A lot of people that were talking, a lot of them were sharing their stories of, how they already got through their own addiction.
Right.
On their own, and they wish that they'd seen, something
like this
before.
While they were struggling.
Yeah. So in hopes with these videos and moving forward, we really just hope that, any young person or anything, anyone, has a chance to look at these videos and play it safe,
Right.
and take something from it, something good from it.
Right.
That's what we're after.
That's our intention here.
Yes. You got anything to add to that, Travis? As far as the previous podcast.
So this podcast is basically going to tie in a little bit with our previous podcast.
Yes.
And tie into those topics as well. We're going to be speaking on, transitioning bad habits and altering what we did and our bad habits into healthy habits, successful lifestyle habits that you can use every single day to, as a better alternative
to bettering your life.
Yeah.
Whether you're struggling or not.
Right.
I like how you said it. It falls under, this one today falls under the previous one, which it does, because, even if you did get through a hard time, an addiction, anything, even if you got through that, now you're left on the other side.
Right.
And what's next? What's next for you after overcoming something so big?
Right.
Right? So that's something.
For me, it was hard,
Mm-hmm.
Getting through all those struggles and everything I went through, and then refinding myself and being able to find healthy habits,
right,
and healthy hobbies.
A new beginning.
A
new beginning.
I only knew one way of living, and it was hard to find what I like to do again.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a slow process for me even. After giving up drinking, it was a slow process, but I slowly, tried new things, new ways.
Right.
Went about things differently.
Right.
It took some time, but there's a lot of little new habits that I'm using now that keep marching on.
Right.
These topics, well, not even topics, topic. We chose one because the last video, somehow we went an hour and 50 minutes in the last live podcast, which we couldn't believe that, right?
Yeah, it was all good stuff.
It was, yeah, it had to be said.
Yeah, we couldn't rush something like that.
No. But originally we were thinking
5 minutes a topic.
5 minutes apiece, talk for 5 minutes apiece. So we actually thought it would be 30 minutes or something.
Right.
But come to find out, it was hour and 50 minutes. But I'm glad it went that way.
Me too.
I'm glad it went that
Me
way.
too.
So we chose one topic to cover today in this episode 2, which is healthy habits. So we've got a jar right here for bad habits. Okay? So creating healthy habits, first you got to get rid of some shit,
Right.
right? So you want to go ahead, we got some pages here. You go ahead and write any bad habit that
comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many.
There's
so many.
There is so many.
Wow.
I'm going to go this is a big one for me. And still is. And mind you, all these things we're adding here is not to say that they're completely out of our lives, because it's still a daily challenge, right? In some sense. But they are bad habits. So one for me is and was knowing it all. Thinking I know it all.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If you tell yourself, or if I tell myself, I know it all, I'm basically just you're basically just putting a wall in front of yourself.
Yeah.
Like this.
Right.
Right? You can't learn anything past
right.
what you know.
Right.
Because you think you know it.
You know everything.
Right.
There's nothing else to learn.
yeah. So many times in business, friendships, everything, me knowing it all, and now realizing that I don't know it all,
right.
and I'm able to learn something new every single day.
Right.
Right. It's just, it opens endless possibilities, opportunities in knowing that you can learn something new every single day.
Right.
So knowing it all is definitely, or was, a bad habit for me.
I agree. For me too. And trying to break that habit, it's still hard. You know?
Yeah.
Because even when I think I know everything, I got to remind myself that I don't.
Yeah, take a second to.
Yeah, or I can learn something from anybody,
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I don't know everything, and I got to be a sponge, kind of. That's how I think of my brain. I got to be a sponge, and I have to keep more information coming in and not putting up that wall, like you said.
Yeah.
Because when I put up that wall,
there's
no room for me to grow and learn more and find more opportunities to expand whatever it is, business or whatever.
Yeah.
So I got to always remind myself that, I don't know everything. And another one for me that ties in with that would be like ego. I feel like they go hand in hand.
Yes, ego plays a big
when
part.
You have, when your ego's through the roof, you think you know everything. You think you're it. Untouchable.
Yeah.
And, that's really not the case.
No.
And when you have a mindset like that, it's hard to be understanding. It's hard to put yourself in other people's shoes.
Right.
And see from their point of view. And you just, when my ego's through the roof, I don't treat people right. I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole.
He said it.
For sure.
Ego is definitely a big one for me also. And even just to realize, in past years, how much ego can limit you So that's a big one that I have been working on and continue to work on is ego. That's a good one, Travis. Right up front, too. I'm gonna go next to showing off, which is kind of
falls in with this thing.
Falls in with ego, showing off. I used to be so excited to buy something, and then go ahead and clean it up,
show it off,
the process, cleaning
right.
it up.
Right.
Look at me, my new whatever on the
right.
trailer.
Right.
And just being in such a hurry to get it posted for sale so that I can show it to all these people.
Right. Right.
When that's not truly what matters.
And buying things for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we've talked about before, going in to buy something, you're not just trying to buy something cool.
Right.
So you look cool. Yeah. You know what I mean? You want to buy something that somebody else wants, like work vehicle or something that somebody else can use for a good price, You don't want to go in and spend all this money to make a little bit of money just to show it off. Just to show it off.
Yeah. And
that's not the purpose. That's not the reason,
Yeah.
It's
hard to build a successful anything.
Right.
If your intention is to, please the other person.
Right.
To show it off like that.
Right.
So that's a big one. As far as a bad habit, people pleasing.
Right. Right.
It's only going to get you so far.
Right. One for me that falls in with that is like a bad habit for me was allowing money to get to my head for all the wrong reasons.
Okay.
And using money as like power. Thinking because I have money, I have power. I have a say or something. And nowadays I don't try to look at it like that. It doesn't matter the dollar amount I have. I still have to be the same person at the end of the day.
Day in and day out. Yes.
I still have to treat people the same exact way. And before in my past, I let money get to my head,
Okay.
And it took me away from me. It took me away from my time, Like we said before, I didn't own my own time because I was so worried about making money. And that came before me. That came before my family. It came before everything. And nowadays it's better to just, no matter how much money I have, just remember. Because for me, I mean, money's the root of all evil,
Yes.
It is, seriously. And that power can get to your head when you get a lot of money,
Yeah.
And you got to remember to just stay in your own lane and focus on yourself and not allow that money to be like a flashy thing or something, because that's not the point of it.
Same with
I don't want to get a bunch of money so I could be showing everything off. I just want to live a comfortable life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's the purpose of it.
Yeah. That goes hand in hand with showing off, like you just said, having that power with the money.
Right.
Having money and then wanting to show it off.
Right.
So, I mean, you'd really, even, once, a young entrepreneur, any business-minded person, once you, for me, in the last few years, things start off slow, they shoot up high, right? Gradually shoot up high as far as profits and things like that. So, when they shoot up high, when you get up there, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Making
it's a slippery slope.
Yeah, making a bunch of money, it feels great or whatever, but then then you just start showing off.
Yeah, right.
Buying the wrong stuff, for too much money or
Right.
whatever, just to show off. And then guess what? You're up here, and then all of a sudden you
Yeah.
sink down here,
Right.
and
Right.
and then you got to restart.
Yeah.
I have restarted with my business multiple times.
Right.
Multiple times. So it's something to watch out for. All right, next. My next one is a bad habit. Was a bad habit. Chasing money. Just like the last one you said with, letting the money get to your head. For me, that's what it was. Chasing money. When I turned 18 years old, I knew I wanted to be self-employed. But I set a goal for myself to make $1 million by the time I turned 28. That's 10 years. So from the second that I turned 18 years old, I put myself in drive.
Right.
Whatever it takes,
We're gonna get there.
we're gonna hit this,
Right.
$1 million by, or at least try to.
And you were so focused on chasing that money and chasing the dollar, you weren't even worried about the person you were becoming.
Yes.
In the
meantime, yes.
of hitting that goal.
Mm-hmm.
And in my opinion, that's the important part.
Yeah.
It's not even about hitting the goal.
Yeah.
It's about the person you become while trying to reach that goal.
Yes.
And that's the big success.
That's what I've realized.
That's the big picture.
That's what I've realized is you have to have goals first off, and realistic or unrealistic.
Yeah.
Shoot for the moon. Why not?
Right.
But ultimately, in achieving things, guess what? When you set out a goal that takes you 10 years, just say, or 2 years, 1 year, and you achieve that goal and you expect everything around you to change.
Yeah. Right.
But guess what? You reach that goal that you worked so hard for, sacrifice your life for, years of your life.
Right.
And you reach it and you're like,
this is
it.
Right. Yeah, right. I know that feeling.
Right? This is it. So to chase money is it's not something you want to do.
No.
It's not something you want to do. And just thinking that, if I have $50,000, it's going to change my life.
Right.
If I have $100,000, it's going to change my life. Money's not going to change your life.
Right.
Your attitude, your mentality.
Yes.
Manifesting what good things you want.
Right.
Out of your life.
Like I said before in the previous podcast, there was a time I had a lot of money. I had a lot of assets. I had a lot of things, but I was miserable. I was not happy.
With the money.
With
all the stuff.
Yeah. And I was just losing myself while chasing money because I didn't have time for me anymore. So my whole personality was the money. That was my personality, was having money.
I felt that at times.
And, it took me to lose everything, give everything up, to literally be back at zero, negative,
Without anything.
And I'm not going to lie, that was probably the happiest I've ever been.
At zero.
Not at zero. I mean, maybe I had $10 or something for gas.
To restart.
But, it made me be grateful just to have that $10 to put my gas tank to go to work,
Yeah.
and rebuild.
Yeah. Another thing on chasing money, what I've come to realize is chasing that number is not a good thing, because then you're chasing money, but money is a tool. It's not necessarily a goal.
Right.
Money is a tool to grow.
Right.
If you say someone's a realtor, they make, I don't know what realtors make, but let's say they sold a house for $1 million, and they got 20 grand. Or I'm sure it'd be more than that, right?
Right, I guess. I'm not sure, but
yeah. But say you make a bunch of money, right? lost my train of thought on this.
Because your phone went off.
Because my phone went off. Yeah. Where was I?
You were talking about, you know,
Money's a tool.
Money is a tool. Yes.
I'm not sure where I was going with that.
You're talking about how money's a tool and it's not the goal.
Not the goal, right?
And you were talking about how if a realtor...
Oh yes, here we go. So yes. So you make 20 grand profit.
Mm-hmm.
What's your next move? My old next move was to spend on me.
Right.
To spend on, you know, not say flashy stuff, but
right.
A
new personal vehicle.
A vehicle or something along those lines.
It could be anything. Clothes. It could be, you know.
Yeah, but money as a tool, when you receive that huge,
right,
you know, profit from doing your job, and it being a tool, you could set that right back into the business
and reinvest
or put it into grow.
Right.
To grow the business rather than saying, I just made this 20 grand.
Right.
Let me go ahead and spend 20 grand in hopes that you're going to do that $1 million house sale again.
Right.
You know, imagine you ran through that money and then you didn't sell another house for a year.
It's the way you look at it. You know?
It's
the way it's the approach you look at on having that money. You know, you could get 20 grand and think, "Ooh,
I made it."
You know, Or you could get that 20 grand and be like, "This ain't it. I'm gonna reinvest, double my investment of what I had before, and go back to the drawing board and do this again." You know, and then before you know, you got 40, 50 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. A bad habit for me would be hanging around negative people.
Okay.
You know, hanging around people that do nothing but drag you down. Hanging around people that don't have a positive outlook or mindset. People that look at the world like as if it's just fucked and falling apart and it's not going to get better, and you know, and it's okay to be negative. You know, some people, I was once negative just like that, you know, but you hang around these people and, you know, you can give them positive feedback, you can try to motivate them, and, you know, sometimes people just don't want to hear it. They don't want the help.
Yeah.
You know, and eventually it starts dragging you down. You know, and that's when you got to cut these people off. Not because, you know, you don't care about them, you know, but because, you know, they got to figure themselves out or something because they don't want to listen.
But you are giving some effort.
Yeah, you give the effort, right?
And showing the, you know.
Like, I don't judge people. I don't, if somebody's struggling, I try to help them. But, I mean, there does become a point when you realize this person ain't listening. I'm wasting my time trying to help you now because you're just...
And dragging you down.
Yeah, you're not picking... And I'll be putting my time into trying to help them and better them, and then come to find out they don't even want to better themselves. You know, they're not putting in the work, or they're not listening to what I have to say and using it in their life.
I'll tell you something on what you just said.
And, you know...
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
But with what you said, for me, for you, it's easy to see, you know, everything's possible.
Right.
For me, for you, for many, many, many other people. And some people don't see it that way.
Right.
And I listened to this one motivational video, or, you know, maybe it was just a reel, where it says magic glasses.
Magic glasses.
Okay? This is a metaphor. So let's just say you're born seeing things a certain way. Okay? You're given these magic glasses to see stuff differently than most people. Okay? Which is great, right? But you can't expect someone else to see it the same way you do.
Right.
It's impossible. It's impossible.
Right.
But it's called magic glasses.
I like that. I like that.
A bad habit. Let me write this down. A bad habit, which I used to do all the time, I still do it sometimes, is giving less than 100%. I wrote here 50%. You know?
Right.
A bad habit is putting 50, if you want to accomplish something,
Right.
and you start off with 50%, and you tell yourself, you know, if one thing goes wrong with this, like me just slipping up, not knowing what to say next.
Right.
If one thing goes wrong with this, I'm cutting off the lie.
Right.
So, giving 50% for me was a bad habit.
Right.
And today I try to give 100%.
Right.
Every day in and day out. Everything I do,
right.
What I say,
right.
The people I talk with, is 100%.
Right.
This also goes with, and I wrote this here too, Plan B. If you're not giving 100% to something that you want a goal, an achievement, if you're not giving 100%, you're looking for a plan B.
Yeah.
A backup plan.
Right. It's like having a reservation.
Yeah. So if you put that plan B in place, now your thoughts are going towards plan B.
Right.
And they should stay here at plan A.
Right.
If the achievement or the goal means enough to you,
we're gonna make it work.
We're gonna make it work no matter what.
Right.
So when we're working here, you see it.
Yeah.
No matter what, we're going to do it.
We're gonna right. It's gonna happen.
If the vehicle or something, if the shuttle bus is a quarter of an inch skinny enough to get on the trailer,
right,
it's getting on the trailer,
right,
and we're out of here,
right.
You know, that's it, 100%,
right.
Put 100% in,
right,
and trust, believe in yourself enough that if you go to 100%, it's going to work,
right.
And if it doesn't, you tried your best.
Right.
And that's really good. So, you know, it's 50% is a bad habit if you want to accomplish something.
Right.
Having a plan B in cases you need a plan B.
Right.
You definitely do need a plan B, but
always try to make plan A work.
Always try to make plan A work, yes.
Yeah, I like that one.
Any comments on that?
No, I just think it's funny when you said the shuttle bus trying to get it on the trailer. If we only have this much room and it'll get on.
We're going to make it happen.
Get it on there.
Yeah.
Or
you know, it happens a lot where these random walls pop up in front of operations.
Right.
And it would be easy enough to say, all right, you know, I'll come back next week.
Right.
But there's a way around the wall.
Right.
You know, you can sweet talk your way in.
Right.
The situation.
Right.
Don't give up just because, you know, someone else doesn't have the same view as you do.
Right.
I'm here to do my job. Right. I have to do this.
Right. It reminds me of
I'm gonna do this.
The day it was freezing cold outside, ice everywhere, ice on the trailer. I pick up the van, strap it down like I strap everything else down.
I know where you're going with this.
Van slides forward
while you're driving.
While I'm driving. And the front wheels are hanging off the front of the trailer. Busted the winch, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, shit, this is bad.
And you called?
I pulled into the truck stop and I called you. I said, Josh,
I don't know if I can do this.
We got a problem right now. And I'm showing you what's going on.
This goes right with what we're doing.
And you're like, nah, it's good. It's framed out.
It's good. It ain't gonna move.
I'm like,
it can't move on that trailer.
I'm gonna trust you. I said, but if this thing rolls off the trailer and I kill somebody, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I still got an hour and 30-minute drive home. I was like, we're back to the shop. I'm like, we're going to make it work,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And I got it back here.
Yeah.
And then it was the whole process of getting it off the trailer. But
Oh, yeah.
we did it,
We
you
did,
know?
yeah.
We did it.
Yeah. I mean, safety, still want to play it safe.
Right.
But in that situation, that when you were driving,
Yeah.
slammed the brakes,
Right.
somehow the whole van came forward 3 feet, fell on the front winch, and dude, you had the two wheels
I know.
were locked.
I know.
mean, locked on the front of that.
Right.
Somehow the back straps were still connected.
They were fine.
And I looked at the picture. I said, "That ain't going nowhere."
Right.
You know,
Right.
It's better than how you strapped it on the trailer to begin with.
Yeah.
Let's move.
Right.
Yeah.
I had to sit there for a second, smoke a cigarette, and be like, we're going to do this. You know? We're going to get this home. Like,
Yeah.
And we did. And we did.
Uh-huh. Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
Another one here is doubt.
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 Self-doubt.
Doubt overall.
Right,
It
right,
even
right.
goes with, plan B. That means you're doubting plan A.
Right.
If you can get rid of this bad habit of doubt,
Right.
just
Believe it's going to work.
believe it's going to work.
Right.
And most of the time it's going to
I
work.
find most of the time when we're here, I mean, there's been times when I'll be like, you sure, Josh?
Yeah.
And you'll be like, it's going to work.
Yeah.
Don't think about
Don't
it.
think
It
about
not at work. It
the
not
negative.
working.
Don't think about the negative.
And I'm
side.
like, and then I'll just be like, okay, it's going to work. And every time it ends up working out.
Every time.
Majority. It ends up working out.
Majority. So doubt, even when I'm buying stuff, it's experimenting.
Right.
I started from way down with, I used to go in Goodwill and buy a Coca-Cola antique Christmas lights.
Right.
And resell it.
Right.
Now I'm selling, big shit.
Right.
But all along the way of dealing with thousands of customers, thousands of different vehicles, ATV, dirt bike, everything, there was always doubt in my ear saying, are you sure? Are you sure you can, someone else is going to buy this? Or are you sure it's going to start? If I buy something that's not running, are you sure it's going to start?
Right.
But I've done the same thing 5 times.
Right.
I've done this 10 times already.
Right.
But doubts in my ear saying, don't do it.
Right.
Right. And I can tell you right now, how many times I have not done something because of doubt, and in all reality, it would have worked out just like anything else. Just like anything else.
So doubt being the bad habit, like I have an alternative.
You have an alternative
for doubt.
Okay.
And it's this simple. It's simple.
Mm-hmm.
Positive self-talk. Telling yourself it's going to work. Telling yourself, you're worth it. Or telling yourself that, you're going to make it happen.
You're going to make it happen.
Yeah. So, and that's something, that I use every day. Every day.
Self-talk.
Yeah. And I'm tired or this, that, and the third. I got no sleep. I didn't get to eat no food.
Yeah.
I tell myself it's all right. We're still going to go to work. Still going to do whatever we got to do.
Yes.
If I got time, I'm still making it to the gym, and at the end of all of it, I feel better because I accomplished it. Even though it was hard because I'm running on no sleep, no food, this, that, and the third, we still got it done.
I like how you just said the self-talk. To tell yourself,
yeah,
it's, you're worth it. Like you said, you're worth it and all that. So in my reminders on my phone,
Yeah.
I have one tab. That's called reminders.
Right.
To remind myself,
Right.
Okay, I'll read a couple.
Go ahead.
Be the best of yourself every day.
Right.
It's just something that I told myself one day. I put in a note.
Right.
Right? Anytime I'm having a hard day, not sure about things, rather be fishing.
Right.
Right? Rather just be at home or I don't feel like doing this.
Yeah.
I go in these reminders and I just scroll down.
Right.
And just read them. This one says patience is key. No limits when you apply 100% of yourself.
I like that.
There is no time, no excuse for depressions.
Right. I like that. That's
So,
cool though to have that to go through.
Yeah.
And be able to look at that.
Uh-huh.
You know?
There's some crazy stuff in here too.
I bet.
That's crazy. Just, asking yourself what's truly important to you is one of these things.
So basically, like, being grateful for the little things.
Yeah.
Living in the moment.
Do the best for your family is
Right.
a reminder for me.
Yeah.
If I read that during the day where I'm, just slugging around.
Right.
And I read that, I'll jump up.
That gives
I'll
you
jump
motivation
up and run.
right there.
I'll jump up and run.
Right.
We got something to do.
Yeah, right.
A
reason to do it for.
And a reason to do it for. Even when things are falling apart.
Right.
Even when, last, 2 months ago I was up here, but now I'm down here.
Right.
You have to keep moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
If you hang out in that dead zone of disbelief and doubt and all
You'll
this,
get stuck in it.
You'll get stuck down there, and it's a hard thing to get out of.
It is, for sure.
Demand excellence. Overthinking will cost you money. That goes with doubt.
Right.
This one says, "Did you forget $1 million by 28? Get the fuck out of here." Yo, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Every new step takes time. Starting something new.
Yeah.
Trying something new. Takes time.
Well,
It's not going to work the first time.
You're going to fail.
It's not going to work the first time.
For me, I had to fail to win. I had to fail to understand what not to do and what I need to do in order for these things to work. And I used to look at failure as like, that's the end result. I failed. But it's not. As long as you keep trying, you didn't fail. You're still in the process of reaching that goal and succeeding.
I talked to the guy today at the gym. And Steve, he said, we were talking back and forth, and he said, with these big companies and motivational speeches and all this, they're talking about, they had 9 companies tried and failed, but that 10th one took them to the moon, beyond where they ever thought they could do.
Right.
But it just shows that you can fail not a million times, but you can fail a lot.
You can fail
and
time
as long
after...
as you just keep that same energy, the same persistence, you're going to get back up.
Yeah, right.
You're going to get back up.
Right.
And succeed.
The thing about failing is to remember not to stay stuck in that or fail and look at that as, the end result. And for me, I went to rehab 9 times.
So you failed 9 times? I'd get out,
and I'd do good.
Yeah.
And then I'd fail.
And
sometimes it'd be a little longer before I'd make it back to rehab because I'd be so stuck in my failure that I'm just not going to get this thing, you know?
Yeah.
But eventually I get the courage to be like, I need to get off my ass and really get my life together, you know? And it wasn't until this last time, I didn't think I'd be sitting here doing this right now.
Yeah, me either.
You know?
Yeah.
I didn't think we'd be, you know, in business the way we are and doing the thing, like, you know what I mean? And having the relationship we have.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd be here.
I didn't think about it.
I didn't think I'd be able to help somebody else struggling. You know, I was struggling so bad myself, I couldn't help myself. You know, so now it's cool to be like, I can reach other people.
Yeah.
You know, and they can see my experiences. I can share that with them and help them.
Yeah.
Get out of their position or whatever they're struggling.
Yeah. And with that, anyone who feels the need to reach out, anybody who's going through something, reach out.
Right.
Reach out. We'd be happy to help, talk, whatever the case is. And a lot of people, or even just dropping comments.
So, like, another thing
on the last video,
I said positive self-talk. You know, also, I get a lot from also having positive talk with other people.
Yes.
You know, sharing positive, just wins in life.
Yeah.
You know, you share something with me that, you know, happened and you're excited about it, you're happy about it. It makes me feel good.
Yeah. And
you
it
know?
opens your eyes
and
to
it makes me, and it makes me realize, like, wow, if you did that, so can I.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely talking.
It's positive, just having positive talk, staying around positive, like-minded people that, you know, want to grow, you know, and want to learn.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing that's worked for me. It's a healthy habit, you know?
Yeah.
It's part of my routine nowadays to connect with other people and check in on them, you know?
Yeah.
And if they are struggling, I sit there and listen because they need that, you know? And then I'll give them, you know, some suggestions on what I did or what I would do. And majority of the time, by the end of our conversation, they feel a lot better. And seeing them feel a lot better when they were just struggling and us having a talk and now they feel better about the situation, that makes me feel better because I got to help you, you know?
Yeah.
And same with me when I'm struggling and I come to you or something and you say something that I'm like, wow, I didn't think about it that way, you know? That helps me.
Yeah. Yeah. It helped me, your mindset, you know, when you first started working here again, I'm like, damn, drive us on the right path. You know, you drive a car to work that's knocking, and your mindset on life, you know, is
I don't care what I'm driving.
You don't care what he's driving.
I don't care what I'm driving.
It don't matter
because it gets me
from
point A to point B. I could go buy a nice car. I could go buy something nice. But is that what I want to do? No, I'll run that car till the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
Because I can. You know, my objective is not to, you know, be living this life of luxury and you know, feeling and showing off. I don't care what I drive. You know? But the money I have, I'd rather put into other things to help build up what I really, you know, my goals.
Yeah. But to see, I mean, I've had a lot of people work here. Nice truck. They drive a nice truck. Attitude's different.
Right.
Attitude's different.
Right.
But to see you,
and
the attitude you have.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you got.
And that wasn't always me. I had 2 Duramaxes that, you know, and that was like my, when you look at me, that's what I thought of myself. You know, was the vehicle I'm driving, the money I had, the job I had. I don't look at it that way.
Yeah, it's not who you are.
No. That's not
who I am. Stuff you have is not who you are.
No. That is not who I am at all. You know?
Yeah.
And that's another thing. I'll never let something materialistic, you know, be the face of my life, or like, this is what I am. No, because I am who I am.
Yeah.
Even with nothing.
Yeah.
I could have nothing. And as long as I'm still the same person, you know, and doing what I'm doing today, I don't care. Because I got me. It doesn't matter what I'm driving. It doesn't matter about the money I have. As long as I got me, and I never lose myself again, that's all that matters to me.
All that matters.
I mean, that's worth more than $1 million to me.
There you go.
Seriously.
So remember when we talked about I think it was right here we were talking about when I told you about the goal for $1 million. And I said I didn't want that to be me, but that's what it was going towards.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Just having the money. I don't want to be a millionaire.
Right.
Right? If it happens along the way, that's cool.
Right.
But I don't want to be known as a millionaire.
Right.
I want to be known as Josh Weibel.
Yeah.
I want to be me.
Exactly.
I want to be me for.
Exactly.
Known for a father, known for
a
leader.
Right.
You know, for those things, not a guy who's chasing money.
Right.
But as a young person, it's hard to chase nothing but money.
Yeah. Especially when you've seen the freedom that comes with, or like,
the freedom you think is there.
Yeah, money does make life a little easier in some, but it doesn't make your life better, you know? I mean, it can if you use it the right way.
Buy me a boat.
Buy
me a boat.
Yeah, but, yeah.
I ain't rich, but I damn sure want to be.
Right.
Yo. Okay, we got to bust through some of these because I'm looking at.
What time is it?
We're looking at almost an hour. So go ahead and write down anything you need as far as a bad habit. Anger and frustration. Okay? Oh my gosh, has this played a part of my life? Anger and frustration. Dealing with customers. There's been so many times where anger and frustration has come into play. But ultimately, you cannot control someone else's thoughts, opinion, anything.
Right.
Anything. I had this one guy one time come by the shop I used to have on, what's that? Greer's Corner Road. I had this guy come by there to look at a Tahoe or a car or whatever, and it was dark out. So he gets in the car, test drives. This guy's gone for an hour. Gone for an hour, didn't text me, nothing.
Right.
Yeah. So he pulls back in, and I'm like, where were you? He says, well, we took it down to the gas station, and we looked at it there. You know?
Right.
We checked it out at the gas station.
Right.
So they weren't, thinking about my time.
Right.
He's just going to stand there until we get back. We'll take our sweet time.
Right.
So anger and frustration, there are certain things you can do to avoid getting angry with a situation.
Yeah.
Getting
for
frustrated.
Sure,
There's certain things you can do, put in place, so that you don't get to that point of being frustrated, being angry.
Right.
You know? Because a lot of this stuff is out of your hands. It's just part of it. Shit happens.
Right.
Stuff, the Tahoe I just bought. When I inspected it, when I checked it out, it was a brand new Tahoe.
Right.
When you went and picked it up, somebody unplugged the throttle body, unplugged this, that, and now it's down at Angel's getting fixed.
But
and it's still not.
I watched the process of you getting frustrated.
There you go.
And then having to literally come in here for a second and be like, it's all right. It's okay.
Yeah.
Things happen.
I was pissed.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
But I had to slow down and say, wait a second.
Yeah.
I don't need to be the one to
Something
fix this
something I've
issue.
struggled with is anger. I've been a hothead, dude. Something happens and I immediately react. In the past, even sometimes now, I immediately react.
Yeah.
On my emotions or whatever, and I don't give it that second to just sit there and be like. Sometimes silence is the best thing. Just
to chill out
just
for a second.
Shut up for a second. Just shut up for a second.
Yeah.
And really think about
the situation. How can we handle this?
Because I know that every time I get angry, it's just like goes like that.
It builds.
And it's just
yeah.
never ends good.
Yeah.
Rather than if I just sit back and breathe for a second and understand that, if I get angry right now, it's just going to make this whole situation worse. I'm going to get stressed out.
Yeah.
And it's just, I'm going to do something I don't
want to do. Say something you don't want to say.
Exactly.
Right? How often do we do that?
A lot.
I could be angry with this town situation going on.
Mm-hmm.
I could be really frustrated. But it's only so much I can do.
Right.
People can test me, and put up walls in front of me against my business that I've worked 8 years to get to today.
And it's like that's what's happening.
That's what's happening. That is what's happening.
100%.
And I could be very angry. I could, act out.
Yeah.
But what I'm choosing to do in owning myself is I'm going to go in there Wednesday with the best approach possible, and hope for the best. It sucks that it's happening the way it's happening, but it's out of my hands.
Right.
It's out of my hands. So I'm not going to be pissed off about it. We'll see what happens. We're going to hope for the best.
Right.
And
if
I
another wall comes back up, we'll get around it.
Huh?
If another wall comes back up, while we're there, because you already know, it's going to be a possibility.
Oh yeah, I know that. So even then, going, into the meeting, I'm sure that some things are going to be said that would normally make me pretty angry. I'm sure that some of these things that they want to put in place are going to make me angry.
They make me angry.
Hey!
They make me angry.
Oh God. But that's just government power. For you,
right? Exactly.
They don't care about the little man.
No. And that's another thing.
Where are you going?
I don't know. I don't even want to get into it.
Oh gosh. Say at least a couple of words.
All right. So that's like them, the government having power. Them having power
to shut down.
It's their ego.
Oh,
it's an ego thing. I've seen with how they come over here. Oh, they just have all the power in the world.
Yes,
and they want to show you
abusing the power.
Oh,
yeah,
100% abusing the power.
Yeah. When in reality, it should just be between.
And I feel like they lose sleep at night over this.
Oh God.
Oh
God.
I do. I think it's like something personal at this point. But
we'll find out on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay. You got another one for me here?
Another bad habit for me would be isolation.
Isolation?
Yeah. And what I mean by that, sometimes it's good for me to take a second or take some time for myself and just be with myself.
Okay.
Turn my phone off and just take some time for me. But isolation can become a bad habit for me, where I'm just like, I don't want to be around people. I don't want to share what I'm going through right now with anybody, and that'll fester. That'll get in my head. And, I do a lot of my worst thinking alone,
Yeah.
Alone.
Company's a good thing. Company is a good thing.
Yeah, for sure. Positive company.
Yeah.
Positive company.
Yeah.
I don't just want to be around anybody, it could be bad vibes, you know? People that just give off bad vibes, negative energy. I don't want to be around you. I'd rather be with myself at that point. You know, I'd rather just be with myself.
Oh God. Okay. Perfection. Trying to do things perfect.
Better, not perfect.
Better, not perfect. That's the slogan
That's
here
it.
at Size Cycles.
For sure.
I remind these guys day in and day out, when you're tackling something, just look at it and say, let's make it better, not perfect.
Right, or else you'll
Perfect will drive you crazy.
You'll end up spending too much time, too much money, too much effort into something that isn't that big of a deal.
Right.
As long as it's better than what it was.
Yeah.
Well, it's progress.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Chasing perfection will drive you mad.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
For sure.
I've seen that in a lot of cases with this business that I run here. I have chased perfection in what I do, in how I clean things. Yeah. I used to never let anybody else detail a four-wheeler.
Right.
Because I didn't think they could do it the way I do it.
Right.
You know how big of a limitation that is on a business to grow?
Yeah.
If I got to be the one
doing the work, doing everything,
and that's what it was for a long, long time.
Right.
Until, you know,
yeah,
you can't do it all.
No.
And it can't be perfect every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so perfection. Yeah. This next one, I don't even know what's to be said about this, so I'm just gonna throw it in the jar. It's lust.
Yeah.
Lust is a bad habit.
It is, for sure. For sure.
So I'm gonna throw that in there. You got anything you want to say on that one?
On lust? It's a bad habit.
It is a bad habit.
I've struggled with it.
As a man.
Yeah.
As a man.
I've struggled with it, you know.
You probably still do.
I do.
I know you do.
Yeah. I do.
Yo.
I do.
Oh,
it's
God.
crazy.
Lust for me is something I had to throw out.
Yeah.
It's something I had to throw out. And that was a hard thing.
Yeah.
To throw out.
Right.
You know.
Right.
We'll talk about that in a different
yeah, that's like a whole topic there.
That's a whole topic.
It is, for sure.
Okay. And throw anything you want to throw in this so we can get through this.
Well, what are we running on time? Because I know you have a good list here.
We're at the time, but we've also, all we've talked about is bad habits.
Right.
You said one good healthy habit.
Right.
Positive self-talk.
Do you want to transition now to healthy habits?
Let me just write these in here. Selfishness.
Selfishness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bad habit. Excuses is a bad habit. Limits. Thinking there's limits to what you can accomplish.
Right.
There are no limits.
No.
I'm not a special person. Anybody with the right mindset can do whatever.
Yeah, if you have the desire to conquer whatever
there's no limits.
is,
there's no limits.
No.
Right now, we're working on so many things here where, you know, trying to tackle these limits, but there's only so much you can do in a day.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And still, you know, there's only so much you can do. Excuses.
Having excuses for anything.
Yeah.
You know?
That goes with doubt.
Because I have days where I have excuses. I'm like, I worked late. I'm not making it to the gym. You know?
Yeah.
Or I'll be in here tired, dude. I didn't get much sleep.
How about the
it's just an excuse.
Yeah.
I need to just shut up and fucking do what I gotta do.
How about the photo for the podcast? We took a photo.
Yeah.
It wasn't good.
It's 1,000 photos.
Yeah, we took 1,000 photos. The picture, the original, it wasn't good, but it would have worked.
Yeah.
And then Nat came up with an idea for an overhead shot versus like
Right.
this with all this stuff in the background. So when she told me that, I was like, we got to do that.
Right.
And this was the next day. This was yesterday.
Right. Right.
So we could have made up a bunch of excuses and just said, let's just keep it.
We could have.
We could have.
Sure.
Definitely. But having done the picture the way we did,
I feel like there was more. You could get more out of the picture.
You get more out of the picture. Yeah.
Instead of having all this background stuff, it was more focused. I mean, you could look at the picture and take what you want from it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
well, we were gonna have a bottle of liquor poured out,
and we did, and one of them.
We did. That was fun to do.
It was though.
Yeah.
It was.
Or
it was cool to see too, you being an alcoholic, holding a
What?
bottle of alcohol and dumping it out.
Oh, right.
For me, that was
Yeah.
cool, to see that.
Yeah.
You didn't drink anything out of that bottle. You opened it.
Are you sure?
And dumped it out. I'm not sure, to be honest. But,
No.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I remember you opening the bottle and dumping the whole thing out.
Mm-hmm.
So.
With Seth, was he standing on something?
The case of beer, yeah.
Seth was standing on a 30-pack of Miller Lite to get the picture. That's funny. Okay, so as far as healthy habits, you can go ahead and add anything you want to, but I'm going to add this. In my life, it's not even so much about having new healthy habits. It's about getting rid of this shit.
Right.
It's about getting rid of ego, pride, chasing money, knowing it all, showing off, anger, frustration, giving only 50%.
So, in my opinion, these bad habits, everything we listed, right?
Everything here.
For me, the things in this jar became my personality. Okay. Ego, lust, yo, for real, money, power of money, like things like that. It became my whole personality, and once I started removing some of these things, I didn't know who I was anymore without these things.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to start finding, just little things to add into my routine. And it's really started with just a routine of waking up,
is a healthy habit.
As a healthy habit.
Being disciplined is a healthy habit.
Being disciplined, focused on just wake up, get a shower, make my bed, eat breakfast,
Following through
the little
with
things.
Following through with
and at first, those would be my little goals. Just to wake up, make my bed, eat breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I accomplish that, I'm like, okay, now I can start whatever else for the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, healthy habits for me. So, getting rid of these bad habits was like losing what I thought was my personality. Because this was my whole life right here. So once I gave a lot of these things up, it was more of, who am I? So that's when I started doing things like going to the gym, because like giving up drugs and alcohol, the dopamine rush you get from drugs and alcohol, I now get from going to the gym and working out. We went to the gym this morning and worked out. I was high. I was high from that. We're walking around in the gym. We feel good right now. Our blood's flowing, Yeah. And the endorphins are going. Yeah. We're conversating with other people at the gym about this podcast and the feedback from it. And that's a whole high in itself.
Yes, it is.
That's a whole high in itself because we see that we're doing something that's impacting other people. We're doing something right then and there that's impacting us, benefiting us, our mind, body, and soul. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Makes us feel better about ourselves. Makes us healthier. Just being there and putting in that work,
Yeah. And staying disciplined enough to say, you're going to go on this day. And regardless of what happens or how you feel, you're going to go on the day.
Yeah.
You're going to put the work in.
Right. Like I explained to you before, when I first started taking you to the gym, you were like, I don't know how
I told you
I could come in here every day or come here
once a week.
and even wanna do this.
I don't know. Yeah.
How do you wanna do this?
How do you want to go to the gym? I didn't want to go to the gym.
But now do you see?
I see now. I do see the difference
Now,
Yeah.
even when you don't want to go
Mm.
and you go, it's like, that's why I go to the gym. Right there. You know?
Yeah.
And you might not get that from your first experience.
Not the first.
Second, you might not get that from your first week, month of going.
Yeah.
But eventually there's going to be that moment when you're like, wow, I just did that.
Yeah.
Or you go in and put weight on that you don't think you can do, and then you do it. And you're like, wow.
Or even set the goals.
Yeah.
Set the goals of, I can only bench 40 now, or with the dumbbell. Dumbbell press. I can only bench.
I think you started with 25.
25s.
Yeah.
I'm at 40. But even just to have a goal, if I said at the end of the year I want to hit, consistent with 85s.
Yeah.
It's a good goal.
It's
a healthy habit to have in improving yourself.
Yeah, right.
Is a good thing. And there's many, many ways to improve yourself.
So another like healthy habit for me that I feel like falls in with that is so when you're striving to reach a goal and you end up reaching the goal, take a second to be proud of that. You know? Take a second to actually, remind yourself that you just did that. You just accomplished that. Because for me, I'm always setting the bar further out and further out. So the second I reach that goal, I'm like, I have no time to even be proud that I just did that. You know?
Right. But definitely, each one of those things has an opposite. Each one of these names.
Oh, for sure.
There's an opposite.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
What's the opposite of ego?
Opposite of ego?
What would be the opposite of ego?
Would be something like
try a different one.
Knowing yourself in a way, or like I have one for drugs and alcohol, or addiction. Say, I've been told, and I've actually experienced this too, that the opposite of addiction,
you told me that,
is connection. Every single Thursday, I have a group of guys that meet up at Procolinos in Chestertown, and we get up, we eat food, we go to the meeting. Sometimes we'll go to the gym before, go get food, and then go to the meeting. And it's connection. We have that relationship, and we get to sit down and just, meet up and go out and get food. That's a healthy habit right there. That's a healthy part of routine that you can have or make with your friends. Like every day, like us, every Sunday at this time, we're going to go to the gym. Now we're going to get food. And then we're going to come back here and have a podcast.
Yeah.
That's a healthy habit.
Yeah. Being connected.
Being connected. Exactly. Being connected with like-minded people. And positive people.
Yeah.
Because in my active addiction, I felt so alone. I felt like nobody could even understand what I was going through. And then going to rehab and being in the situations I've been in, I've learned that there's so many people out there that have been through the exact same thing, that were struggling at the exact same time as me, and we didn't know or talk about it.
Yeah.
And then when we began to talk about it, it was like, wow. And we had that connection, and that's where we start breaking the addiction.
Yeah, that's strong.
Yeah.
I have a little something I'd like to share on a good way to look at this, and with making changes. And this is more so for somebody, young entrepreneur, that wants to be successful and do stuff. But it also falls into parenting, to just daily life. There's an analogy that I thought of. Okay, imagine a slot machine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just figure there's a slot machine sitting on the table right here. There's a slot machine here. You pull the handle, and all these three things go crazy spinning, but eventually it lands on whatever it lands on.
Right.
Being an entrepreneur, and wanting to accomplish things, it's easy to grab that handle every single day. Grab that handle, let it do its own thing, right? Just always, running around and all this. But what I've come to do here is just imagine that you could open up the back of that slot machine.
Mm-hmm.
Mind, body, and soul. If there's three on
Right.
it. Imagine you could open up the back of that slot machine and have control of those three things. Full control. Now when I'm coming in here to work, I'm not grabbing a handle and hoping for the best.
Yeah, right.
Right? I'm not hoping for the best. I'm in control of the slot machine. I'm in control of my life.
Right. Right. Mm-hmm. You're not gambling with your life. You're not gambling.
But in the past, I'm saying yes to everything.
Yeah.
When I did repairs here, 2 years ago, I thought I got to say yes to everything. That's the only way to grow my business.
Right.
But come to find out, saying yes to all them things, not being able to fulfill the jobs,
right.
I couldn't afford to keep this place open.
Right. Right.
This shop.
Right.
So ultimately, what I did was
started saying no.
I started saying no.
And that's what you got to do.
And I got phone calls. People want to bring stuff in for repair, right? And we're not even that heavily advertised for repair.
Right.
But I got phone calls coming in. Will you repair this four-wheeler? No. We don't. That's not what we do here. Or that's not what we do here now.
Right.
Or whatever. And people will catch a whole attitude.
Yeah.
Over the phone.
Right.
What? My money's no good?
Right. Right.
But it really, I'm trying to work on myself here.
Right. Exactly.
I'm trying to do the best job that I can without way too much work going on to where it's hectic.
Right.
So 2 years ago, I slowed down all that and I focused more on what truly mattered for the business in order to grow.
Right.
I had to give up my favorite, it was a hobby. I had to give up my hobby in order to continue this success.
A healthy habit is learning to say no.
Oh, yeah.
A healthy habit is learning to tell people no.
Yes.
When, whatever they're bringing to the table and you have to tell them no about, they need to understand that I'm not telling you no because
I don't want to help you.
I don't want to help you.
Right.
But no, because it's going to affect
all these other
what
things.
I have going right now in my own life. Mm-hmm. Telling people no.
Yeah.
In any situation.
Oh yeah. Saying yes too much.
Yeah, saying yes too much.
If
I still struggle with it.
Yeah.
Because I want to help. Somebody comes to me and they have something or they're struggling. I want to help them. But lately I've been learning to be like, fall back a little bit and be like, I can't.
You got to work on yourself.
I can't right now. I'm working. Yeah, I'm working on me. And I don't have time, to give my full everything right now to help you, in certain situation.
Certain situations.
Yeah.
Where you've tried with certain people.
Yeah.
And
time and time again.
Still continuing. So.
Right. So it's like, goodbye.
Yeah.
You know?
Heard that. Okay. I think that covers it for today.
Yeah. How long did we go?
Nearly an hour and a half. It's probably an hour 20 something. On the feedback, we really do appreciate everybody who reached out in for the past one. Anything you want to add, throw it in the comments. We're gonna read them through.
Yeah, questions, ideas.
Questions, yes.
Ideas
Uh-huh.
on future topics, something you guys want to hear.
Yeah. Something you're working on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And stories. Ultimately, for me, the biggest thing is some of these messages I got in talks, even just today with people, is just knowing we're doing the right thing for the right reasons. Right. And the feedback reminds us of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely encourage anyone to do that. All right. Anything else you want to add?
I think that's it, honestly.
Okay.
I think that's it.
In future videos, we're gonna do where people can ask questions while we're on live about the
topic,
the topic
the
for that
discussion
day.
topic.
Yeah, definitely. So you'll have a chance to do that.
Future podcasts. I mean, we plan on having people, other motivational speakers,
definitely.
Other motivational speakers come in
Mm-hmm.
and just go over topics with them.
Yeah.
And get their feedback as well.
Mm-hmm. And
their own stories.
Yeah.
And experiences. And future podcasts, it's not always going to be something serious. We're going to have some that are, funny,
Yeah, like we've been joking about beating lust.
Right.
And when we do a podcast on that,
it's
there's
gonna be
some stuff that gotta be said.
It's gonna be funny. I'm not gonna lie.
That
it's gonna be real.
Maybe some people shouldn't hear, but if someone's struggling with it,
yeah.
And the way that these phones are wired, Facebook, Instagram, everything's wired to just throw it in your face again and again.
Right.
It's hard to get out of
that algorithm.
Oh yeah, it's hard to stay away from lust when it's being thrown in your face.
Yeah,
day in and day out.
True that.
So that's a future one. But I will say, even though in the future we're going to do questions on the air, today anyone who has a question or comment, throw it in there today. We'll put a comment under it
and answer it.
Yeah, as soon as we can,
and give the feedback for it.
Yeah. Thank you all for watching.
Thank you for watching.